Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Buster and the Giants, a weekly show where I recap how the Giants fared in each game from the previous week. I'm your host, Jonah Johnson, a freelance video producer and editor and a diehard San Francisco Giants fan. In this week's video, we'll be recapping the Rangers and Tigers series, naming a player of the week, as well as looking ahead to the Astros and Rockies series happening this week in San Francisco. First, let's get into the Rangers series, starting with Game 1. In the top of the second, Drew Gilbert hit an RBI single that scored Daniel Susac. This was then followed by a sac fly that was hit by Oslevis Basabe to score Drew Gilbert. In the top of the third, Jung-Hoo Lee hit a solo shot out to right center field. Then, once again, Jung-Hoo Lee hit another solo home run, this time out to right field. In the top of the ninth, Jung-Hoo Lee hit a sac fly that scored Grant McCray. Logan Webb had himself a day, going 6 innings pitched, striking out 8, walking 1, allowing 5 hits and 0 earned runs. The Giants held on to the lead and won this game 5-1. In Game 2, in the top of the 7th, Basabe hit a game-tying 2-run home run to tie the game at 2 apiece. In the top of the 9th, Eldridge hit a 2-run single that tied the game at 4 apiece. Then in the bottom of the 9th, with 2 outs, Ezekiel Duran of the Rangers hit a walk-off ground rule double. Ultimately, the Giants lost 5-4. Now, Game 3. Long story short, the Giants lost 6-0. The Giants were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and Whisenhunt had a pretty rough day. He went 3 1/3 innings pitched, allowing 4 earned runs on 5 hits and walking 3 total batters. With this loss, the Giants lost the series 2-1. Jumping over to the Tigers series, in Game 1, in the bottom of the first, Rafael Devers hit a 2-run home run out to center field. In the bottom of the second, Jung-Hoo Lee hit a 2-run single. In the bottom of the fifth, Willy Adames hit a solo home run out to left field. Hauser had a good day on the bump, going 5 innings pitched, allowing 1 earned run on 6 hits and striking out 4 batters. The Giants held on to lead and won this game 5-2. Now, Game 2. The Orange and Black thought the best way to honor the Wall of Fame inductees was to give up 8 earned runs and not score one themselves. The Giants only had 2 hits compared to the Tigers' 10. In Game 3, Drew Gilbert hit an RBI single that scored home Basabe to tie the game at 1. In the top of the 10th, the Tigers scored twice to take the lead. Webb had another great outing, going 8 innings pitched, allowing only 1 earned run on 4 hits and walking only 1 batter. The Giants couldn't put together any late game magic, and they lost this game 3-1 and lost the series 2-1. Overall, the Giants scored 15 runs and racked up 34 hits and went 2-4 this past week. Now it's time for our player of the week. Basabe put together some clutch hitting. Adames drew the most walks with 3. Can't believe that. But I think I'm going to give it to Jung-Hoo Lee. In 24 at-bats, he racked up 6 hits, 2 of which were home runs, and he knocked in 5 RBIs. He also stole a bag. Although this 2026 season continues to get more and more grim for the Giants faithful, Jung-Hoo Lee has put together a really solid season. The Giants continue the homestand, starting tonight against the Astros for a 3-game set, and then a 3-game set against the Colorado Rockies over the weekend. In Game 1 of the Astros series, it'll be Hayden Wesneski versus Blade Tidwell. In Game 2, it'll be Hunter Brown versus Carson Whisenhunt. And in Game 3, it's still TBD versus TBD. Right now, it's unclear who will be pitching for the Rockies or the Giants for the upcoming weekend series, but we can at least expect for the Giants Landon Roop, Logan Webb, and Blade Tidwell once again. Man, this season just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. When you have a starting lineup that consists of Christian Koss, Buddy Kennedy, and Eddys Leonard, there's really not much to cheer for. However, I will say Marcelo Meyer, the guy that we acquired in the Eric Miller trade from Boston, looks to be starting a rehab assignment this next week. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the Orange and Black and what else he can do the rest of the season. Aside from Meyer, Victor Barracoto, and Jonah Cox, shout out Jonah, look to be making a return to the big league roster sooner rather than later. Let me know down in the comments who you're most looking forward to seeing over these next 2 months. Thank you for taking the time to watch this week's video. If you haven't already, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It's very much appreciated. Be fair, be kind, and as always, go Giants. I'm looking forward to talking more with you next week.